Hello, this is Tony Dixon for WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our top headline story today comes from Heritage West with no right or byline given. The Ann Arbor News is reporting Dejon Franklin has been sentenced to serve life in prison without parole for the fatal shooting of University of Michigan medical student Paul DeWolf. DeWolf, also a second lieutenant in the Air Force, died of a single gunshot wound July 24, 2013, during a home invasion of his apartment in the 200 block of North Ingle Street in Ann Arbor. Franklin, a 22-year-old Ypsilanti resident, was convicted by jury last month of all charges against him, which included first-degree felony murder, 2 counts of first-degree home invasion, conspiracy to commit home invasion, and weapons felony firearm, according to court records. More on the story can be found on the local news feeds link at our website, WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, the sheriff's officers arrest a Superior Township home invasion suspect.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back. This is Tony Dixon for WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next headline story today comes from the Ypsilanti Courier and writer Ben Baird. The Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office took a suspect into custody after deputies were dispatched for a home invasion in Superior Township. Deputies began investigating the home invasion after receiving a report at 4:30 a.m. Monday, November 17th, in the 8700 block of Nottingham, according to the sheriff's office. It was determined the suspect entered through an unsecured rear door. Deputies were able to track the suspect within blocks of the scene. The arrest was made with assistance from deputies stationed in Ypsilanti Township. Stolen property was located on the suspect, and additional stolen property was found at the suspect's home in Ypsilanti Township, according to the sheriff's office. Criminal charges are being reviewed by the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office. The sheriffs offered the following tips for residents to protect their property. Prune your shrubs, draw the blinds, don't advertise new purchases. Other tips can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, a woman has been arrested for an attack on her boyfriend in Ypsilanti.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the Wolverine Grill, located at 228 West Michigan Avenue, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Check us out on the internet at thewolverinegrill.com.
Welcome back. This is Tony Dixon for WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next headline story today comes from the Ypsilanti Courier and writer Ben Baird. Police arrested a 22-year-old Ypsilanti woman who is suspected of seriously injuring her boyfriend with a 4-inch knife, causing him to bleed heavily. Police said the victim was transported in serious condition to the hospital to receive treatment. A call came in at about 8:40 p.m. Tuesday, November 18th, reporting someone who was seen covered in blood in the 10 block of North Hamilton Street, according to a press release from the Ypsilanti Police Department. Officers arrived to find a substantial amount of blood leading to an upstairs residence. After they knocked and announced the presence at this home, a male voice told them everything was fine, but he didn't open the door. Police say the door was forcibly opened and the officers found the victim, a 24-year-old Ypsilanti man, bleeding heavily from severe laceration to a forearm. His girlfriend was subsequently arrested, and police say the fixed blade knife, which was believed to be used as the weapon in the case, was recovered as evidence. Anyone with any additional information about this case is asked to contact Lieutenant Derek Gress at 734-482-9847 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. That's 1-800-773-2587. More on the story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, an indicted Detroit pension official admits to taking bribes.
At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free. Morgan Taylor is located at 133 West Michigan Avenue in Ypsilanti. Clothing and accessories for men, women, and children at Morgan Taylor. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call 734-221-0296. Ask about layaways and in-store financing. At Morgan Taylor, buy 2 suits, get a 3rd suit free.
Welcome back. This is Tony Dixon for WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our next headline story today comes from the Detroit News and writer Robert Snell. Federal prosecutors portrayed a retired Detroit police officer Tuesday as a corrupt liar who traded his vote on a city pension board for bribes, private jet flights, a $5,000 casino chip, and a Christmas basket stuffed with cash. The betrayal of former Detroit Police and Fire Pension trustee Paul Stewart came during a trial that also involves former Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick's fraternity brother Jeffrey Beasley and former pension fund lawyer Robert Zajac. Kilpatrick is an unindicted co-conspirator who factors into many of the criminal allegations against the three, who face 20 years in prison if convicted. The case explains what happened to the money from a controversial $1.4 billion Wall Street deal blamed for helping plunge Detroit into bankruptcy. The city borrowed the money to pump up Detroit's 2 pension funds, but prosecutors alleged the cash ended up in the pockets of businessmen who bribed pension officials. Stewart testified in his defense Tuesday and admitted receiving gifts and valuable items from people who were pursuing loans or investment money from Detroit's pension funds, including Greektown mogul Jim Pappas. The funds are responsible for overseeing billions of dollars that pay for municipal retiree pensions. In December 2007, Stewart received a Christmas card from Pappas, who was involved in several pension fund investments. Hidden inside was a $5,000 casino chip. He said, "Merry Christmas," Stewart said. The next month, Stewart pocketed the alleged bribe. Pappas made $600,000 off a Detroit pension fund investment, according to a testimony. More on the story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Coming up next, Saline High School's football team moves on to the state semifinals.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Hikes Decorated Apparel, located at 133 West Michigan Avenue, Ypsilanti, Michigan. Check us out on the internet at hike.com.
Welcome back. This is Tony Dixon for WDEE-TV Headline News, coming to you from the WDEE-TV studios in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Our final headline story today comes from miprepzone.com and writer Randy Castro. Canton's ground game was as good as advertised last Friday night, but Saline's offense, spearheaded by junior quarterback Josh Jackson, was just a little bit better. Jackson had a hand in all 6 Hornet touchdowns, including an 18-yard run that served as the game winner to deliver Saline its first ever regional championship with a 42-35 victory over the Chiefs. Saline will head to the state semifinal for the first time in school history, where it will face Detroit Cass Tech. Jackson finished with 426 yards of total offense, throwing for 337 yards and 4 touchdowns, and running in 2 more, totaling 89 yards on 13 carries. Quote, "He had a coming out party tonight," Saline head coach Joe Palka said of his quarterback. "It's unbelievable. Just extremely excited for him, just making play after play in pressure situations." Quote, tonight was his time, and he delivered the championship trophy for us. Jackson, however, was quick to deflect the praise and instead heaped it out on his teammates. I have so much help, Jackson said. It's just great to know that if I put a ball up there, they're going to go get it. Even with Jackson's banner day, Saline 11-1, 5-0 in the SEC Red, still relied on its defense to come up with stops in crucial phases of the game, just as it has all season. The Hornet defense responded. The defense held its ground on a pair of second-half fourth downs, including one from the Saline 5-yard line late in the third quarter to help preserve the victory. More on the story can be found on the local news feeds link on our website, WDEE-TV.com. Now for WDEE-TV Headline News, this has been Tony Dixon saying, don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our Headline News on our YouTube channel. All social media links are WDEE-TV. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening.